A is for B is for
bullshit.
C is for
Come with me if you want to live.
D is for
Dylan! You son of a bitch!
E is for
Enough talk!
F is for
Fine chariot, but where's the horses?
G is for
Get to the chopper!
H is for
Hasta la vista, baby.
I is for
I'll be back.
I think A wins.
We're not done yet.
J is for
Jesus, Marge, what the fuck?
K is for
Knock, knock.
These are great. Oh, welcome to tonight's Plumes of Hazard. What the fuck? What did we do with the horses?
Jesus, Marge, what the fuck?
Jesus, Marge.
Oh, yes.
Fine chariots.
Welcome to tonight's we're fixing to learn Plumes of Hazard. I'm Matt Spasonan, and these are my co-hosts Fubaka and the Inks for Vape. Lunchapot. A is for angsty. F is for foo. Yeah. I think they get better. I haven't seen the whole thing.
I do find it humorous that H was for hasta la vista, but J was for Jesus. For some reason, that made me laugh.
Jesus, Marge, what the fuck?
That's the best. As soon as G came up, I was like, "Oh yeah."
Yeah, you
It was either gonna be get to the chopper or get down.
Yeah, right.
I know what W is going to be. Who is your daddy and what does he do? This is going to be for stop it. Stop it.
It's gonna be good. Try to just guess
I
them
listened
now.
to too many Arnold soundboard prank phone calls.
Yeah.
Right.
Way too many.
Oh man, it's not a tumor.
I downloaded that shit off of Napster if I recall.
So welcome everybody. We have a non-jam-packed show tonight. Bringing you not the latest and greatest news because we're all going to be in a rave party music video here in a few minutes, actually. Well, in a few days, weeks, I don't know. Apparently, the FDA has come out and said that, vaping is going to cause seizures.
Teachers.
But it caused autism.
Seizures. The seizures come after you have the seizure. So, yeah, apparently since 2010, 35 cases have been reported of vaping.
How many
seizures?
How many kids got sick at that time?
Or quote, okay, because that's NBC had the video. Juuling.
I hate that word so much.
I'm not gonna lie, Angsty, I've been tagged in the show with that term for a
As
while.
soon as she fucking said that, I was like, get out of my face. Yeah. And this was somebody talking from the medical field saying that.
Oh, good. Fantastic.
I'm like mud juuling. I'm so juuling.
So, and I don't know why, because I'm a person that likes to verb nouns. I like making up words. It's one of the things that I do.
I angstied it.
Yeah, but that one in particular, for some reason, just infuriates me. It's so irritating. I don't know why.
Yeah.
I don't know why.
Right.
By the way, I did give the chat a warning and said that we're delaying for a minute or two because Massey's got a banger. And Vic asked, "Is that like Texas for poop?"
He's got a valid question there.
That's true, and we'll of course guess the actual slang for a sausage in the British land.
Bangers.
But no, when Massey's got a banger, that's different.
Yeah, think of Florida.
Yeah.
America's Wayne.
So,
sorry, not Wayne. America's
speaking of
Wayne.
Florida, kind of like not so much a Florida man in a sense, but Florida man, because just some weird shit, is due to come out of the state. Has anybody, and we'll see in chat, has anybody watched the Netflix documentary called Cocaine Island, or The Legend of Cocaine Island?
I have not.
Very interesting.
Is it?
And yeah, it was a little bit over dramatization happening there.
Yeah.
But yeah, it was pretty good. Basically, it's just a story of this guy who, I'm not giving anything away, who is a construction worker. He's construction company. Sorry, not construction worker. He was a construction worker at one point. Worked his way up, became boss of a construction company, and pretty big. And then the recession hit, and he was low on money and heard about a story of a guy who found, like, I don't know how many kilos of cocaine in a small island east of Puerto Rico called Culebra, and he buried it. And that's about as far as the story I'm going to say. But
Interesting.
Pretty interesting.
I
Yeah.
actually just watched The Mule last night.
What'd you think? I liked it.
It was good. I mean, it played like a Clint Eastwood movie. It's sad as fuck.
Yeah, well,
it was sad. Like Gran Torino was sad.
Yeah. But it played like his movies, plus the titties. Like, I was like,
and
whoa, wait a minute.
Also, I think I went 20 or 30 minutes into the movie before I heard a racist remark. I was impressed.
Yeah, it was pretty good. No, it wasn't. It wasn't 20, 30 minutes because he talks racist to the Mexicans.
Oh, right.
It's Spanish.
That was in the first scene.
Yeah, come on, bro.
I forgot about that. I forgot about that.
You're getting chuffacized, or AKA getting you're getting used to it.
Slight divergence. Hello, Mark, by the way. Mark, do they call sausages, do they call them bangers in Scotland, or just
I've
down,
heard it used in
down
the
south?
I've heard bangers and mash used by all kinds of Brits.
Yeah, I can't remember when I was over there if I saw bangers and mash when I was up in Scotland, or if it was just down in England. Jolly old England.
Bangers, masters, and blood
Oh, they
sausages.
do. Good. Yeah. So you were right, Fu. All over.
Excellent.
I watched the Vape AC. I didn't know that.
You know another one that was good was the documentary about Fry Fest, because
Fry
Fest. You haven't heard about Fry Fest? I watched this shit go on live while on Reddit a few years ago. It was this supposedly going to be this huge party that all these celebrity promoted, and the guy scammed people out of like $34 million, and the party never happened. And it was just people getting off a plane at an empty island in the Bahamas.
Oh, I do remember that.
Yeah.
I remember that's what it was called.
Yep, Fry Fest was what it was going to be, and Ja Rule was involved in it, and it was a total mess. Yeah, dude, it was fucked up. I was fucked up.
About you. The magic girl put it on me.
Yeah, boy.
Is that right, Mark? I thought I had bangers and mash and mushy peas when I was over there, but maybe I'm wrong. Yeah. Anyway. Yeah.
Bet you had some good beer.
I did. The first time I ever had a beer with my mom was when I was 16 in Germany. We went on a business trip over there, and it's legal. I was
Yeah,
like,
it
"Hey,
is.
Mom, it's legal," and she's like,
It
"All right."
is.
So that was the first time I had a beer in front of my mother.
That's cool. Do you
Yeah,
remember
that was
what?
kind of a neat
Do you
thing.
remember? Do you remember what it tasted like?
Yeah, it was was it a bit? I feel like it was a bit. Bit ein Bit.
Yeah.
In München in
8-bit?
Munich. It was either that or it was just, no, it wasn't a bit because that's a pale. I had an ale. I don't remember what it was now.
True. Yeah, a buddy of mine just went to Castillon in where the heck is that at? It's got like the #1 beer in the world. They make it there, but yeah, pictures were amazing. Like copper everything, all the vats and everything are all like old school, just copper and yeah, just.
Yeah, we were talking beer right before the show started. Yeah,
We were.
I was commenting upon your fresh as hell haircuts.
Yeah, it's hiding right now.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
The beer drinker side part.
Yeah, well, like I said, I gave my sister-in-law and brother-in-law shit because, they were beer snob hipsters, and hey, to each their own. They like going to the breweries and doing all that. I don't like spending money on beer that I'm not gonna like, and I already know I'm not gonna like it because it's light beer.
Right.
So if I see some that are, hey, you hit me with anything barrel aged and dark, and not necessarily dark. Like I've had some really good, non-barrel aged beers, some good, stouts, some, usually higher ABV stuff, but I think it's a problem down here though because, hot as fuck. No one wants to, most people don't want to drink, heavy beers, but.
That's the thing. That's the thing. I always thought that was weird because everybody says that. You're not wrong. Everybody says that, but personally, I can drink Guinness a lot easier than a lot of light beers. I don't, even though Guinness
it's smooth.
It's smooth. And it's not heavy at all. Like I find it actually really nice.
It can be like I could maybe drink. I don't want to drink more than 3 in a night.
They had a brew fest down here, and it was hot as balls. And I was like, people were looking at me like sideways because I was going and hitting the beer tents that had beers named like Motor Oil and Night Stalker and like all these fucking
Darkness and
thick darkness. Yeah, that's where I had that one that was 17%. That shit was dope, man. It was great. Blasted in no time.
So I think everybody kind of goes through like when you become of age and you can actually buy your own beer, right?
Mm-hmm.
I think everybody goes through a thing where they buy what they can afford, and then as soon as they can afford it, they go through a beer snob period.
Mm-hmm.
Well, I'm only buying the fancy or whatever.
Yeah.
And these days, if I'm gonna buy booze when I'm out, I'm just gonna buy whiskey. I'm gonna buy
right. Well, that's funny that you say that because I really love the barrel aged. Usually the stouts that have like. They have a lot of ingredients in them: coconut, cacao nibs, coffee. Some have jalapenos. I mean, it's a mixture. But then they're aged in whiskey barrels. They're aged in bourbon barrels. Now these are secondhand barrels, right? So they've already been used once, and the companies sell them. They buy them. They age their beers in there. I just love, just like with e-liquid, I love the way that they can get some of those notes and flavors in the beer.
Into the beer, yeah.
Well, here's the problem. That takes time.
Yes.
That takes a lot of product. That takes a lot of money that could go up if you fuck that batch up. We're talking about every time some of these I'm talking about small breweries do some of these batches, we're talking $10,000 to $30,000 just sitting there in product.
Right.
In barrels.
They can't sell. Right.
And they can't sell, and it's in Florida. You got to control the temperature and the humidity on those things. So, but anyways, it's really good. So apparently what some of the breweries have been doing is they've just been adding shots of whiskey and bourbon and stuff into the beer mix.
All right.
Okay, but you could taste it. You could taste that it's like, damn, this tastes like it's got fucking bourbon in it, or even rum barrels, and so I don't know. It's good. The bottles, a lot of that stuff is hardly. Most of the time, it'll be on draft, but you can't get growlers with it. You can't get crowlers with it. The cans, you just have to either drink it on draft or get a bottle, and I don't know. They're good, and that's the problem. Is I can 8-ounce pours, LOL. No, just give me the fucking full pull. And a lot of places are limiting them to like 10-ounce, 10-ounce pours. And it's like, okay, but
I did a brewery tour. Oh, sorry, go ahead, Steve.
I was gonna ask: is anybody else besides me happy that the whole like massive IPA craze is kind of over?
Oh, please, yeah. I don't know if it's.
I like an IPA sometimes, but like there was a time where it was like 75% of the menu and every place that you went to was like, oh, IPA, double IPA, whatever. And I'm like, come on.
Yeah, down here, Dippas, Nippas, fucking, which are the New England RPAs. I mean, like, it's nonstop, and it's like the breweries are like I get it. It's a tourist state, and I saw somebody talking about this earlier about radio stations down here. So I don't know how it is on the rest of the United States, but Clear Channel has fucking destroyed radio stations down here.
Everywhere.
We're talking about either rock or rap or whatever. They came down here. One of the biggest ones, WJRR, was a great radio station, and back in the early 2000s, like literally midnight, boom, the next day, the radio station went to shit because Clear Channel bought them.
Yep.
And so people were talking about them. They're saying, it's really bad down here because it's a tourist state. And then when I appeal to when people come, they're going to put it on the radio. So, they're going to want to play a bigger mix of stuff. So I think that a lot of the breweries down here are like that too. They got a lot of tourists. They're mostly going to be Northerners or people from overseas. They don't want a 12%, 13% beer that's gonna blast dad out. That's got to drive the minivan later on. So yeah.
Did you see what Costello just said in chat? He's talking about asparagus beer.
No.
Oh, interesting.
Yeah, because I really want my piss to smell like.
Yeah, I was going to say, if you thought your piss smelled bad before.
Yeah, just eating regular asparagus regularly. Let's pee out some fermented asparagus.
Yeah. Yeah.
Man,
to this, I'm like,
Clear Channel is not only radio though. They've got billboards. They're a massive company. Massive.
So my brother's father-in-law, he does the selling of the digital billboards. I mean, he's done billboards before, so he does advertisements, stuff like that. And some of the shit that they are doing with digital billboards nowadays is bananas. Like, we're talking targeted advertising. We're talking Bluetooth radios that can see the Bluetooth signals if you have it on when you drive by, and can target advertise later on. I mean, it is nuts. It's crazy without you even doing anything. So it's pretty cool. But yeah, Clear Channel owns like every freaking billboard.
Yeah.
Yeah, they're the reason why the school wouldn't give us money to buy a frequency for the radio station in college. That's why we stayed streaming.
Yeah.
Clear Channel owned all the extra frequencies in the area.
Yep.
Those bastards.
Those bastards.
We were supposed to get something modest from the school for equipment and whatever construction we needed doing around the room. It was a pretty big room. We were supposed to get like 12,000 or something, or 15,000. They gave us like 6, and we needed like 30 to buy a frequency.
Holy crap!
Yeah.
What were you gonna say a minute ago? I meant before I derailed.
Oh yeah. So the last brewery I'd gone to is Boulevard, I believe, in Kansas City, Missouri, and as Matt was talking about it, they were talking about Mad IPAs in chat and stuff, and I'm like, that's mainly what their shit was. I think there was like one like Belgian white that was okay, but they were a predominantly like hoppy bullshit type brewery. But when it came sample time, I got my samples first. The person I was with, didn't really like drink beer like that. So they were like, "You can have my samples." I'm like, "Cool." So I go through my first set of samples, and I get 5 of them. And I had one dark beer that I tried. I'm trying to remember what type it was specifically. If it was like an imperial or something. It was very dark. I tried all the IPAs, and I didn't like them to the point where I could finish them. The little 4-ounce cups or whatever they were, Matt. I think what are those little ones, like 4-ounce?
I think they're 4s, yeah.
Yeah.
So I went back with the second set of samples and got 5 of the dark, and I was like, "Oh,
Yeah.
she was so yummy." It was honestly, it was worth it because all the science of their brewery and shit. Like the tour was great. It was their product didn't quite sit with me, but that one that hit, holy shit, it was good.
So did you guys see the story about the teacher that said a 6th grader brought a vape to the school I work at today? So the story goes like this. He says he needs to vent and discuss this with the community. A 6th grader brought a vape to the elementary school I work for. The kid wasn't even discreet about it. They vaped in the middle of the playground in full view of the cameras. Other kids were offering them money for a hit. The cops were called and involved, and it's a big mess. Half the grade is in trouble for their involvement. I vape. I've been vaping since 2012. It's the only thing that helped me quit smoking. I've been terrified to let anyone know that I vape, but now I'm even more concerned. I leave my vape stuff in my car, hidden there. I take quick breaks every so often, go to my car, blah, blah, blah. It just makes me so mad. Why did they think it was a good idea? What the fuck were those parents doing? How'd the kid even get it? I mean, we're talking 6th grade. So
Probably an older sibling, that's my guess.
That and what were they thinking? They're 6th graders. They're idiots. I mean, they weren't thinking at all. They're just like, "Hey, this is cool. Let's do that." Yeah. I don't know about you, but I remember when I was a kid, and it was around that age. I feel like I was 6th or 7th grade.
Mm-hmm.
I was hanging out with a buddy of mine, and this is a long time ago. I was hanging out with a buddy of mine, and we got some of the bulk candy thing. They had the bulk candy aisle, which I had never seen before for whatever reason. This was a long time ago, but they had some bulk candy, whatever, right? So we got it, and we were walking around, and he started eating some of his, and I was like, "Oh, okay, that sounds
at the store."
Yeah, so I ate a couple myself, and then then a secret shopper came up and had a word with us, and I was like, it didn't even dawn on me that this was a bad idea, and I was basically stealing because I wasn't going to have to pay for that because I just ate it. Like it didn't. Yeah. That wasn't my motivation. I was just an idiot. Yeah. It was purely an accident.
Well,
and that's probably
I still people see, still see people today, drinking a soda that they've opened, or the worst ones are, they're in the freaking produce aisle and they just grab an apple or something and start eating. Like, what the fuck are y'all doing?
There have been times where I'm online, where I don't know, we're playing basketball at the park or something. We'll go to CVS to get a Gatorade. And I'm sure everyone in chat has been at a pharmacy and been stuck in line because there's only one fucking cashier open. So you know what I did with my Gatorade? I drank 3/4 of it by the time I got to my time in the line. You know what I did? I told my buddy to pick me up another one.
Pick another one, yeah. Mine too. Yeah, I have known some people who, when they were kids, were switching barcode labels on things to get them cheaper.
Yeah.
So that was interesting. But yeah, that's the worst. You're like so thirsty, you get something to drink, and you're like, just charge me for 3.
You
need to go get 2 more.
You know what that reminds me of, actually? What kids would do on the lacrosse team in high school. They go to Dick's or Sports Authority, and you can try on all the gear. So what they do is they take the nice expensive gloves and just swap them with the cheaper ones. You get yourself 120, 140, nice, soft but very well cushioned gloves that have the gel and shit, and you get those for $50, $40.
That's gangsta. Hey, speaking of gangsta, can we talk about this for a second, please? Can we please talk about the chain coil?
I call it the road rash coil.
What?
This is
What?
now available. This is now available for sale. Okay.
Looks like my
This
pocket
is-
watch chain.
This is the chain coil. And yeah, it's great.
How does that even conduct the electricity very well? I mean, efficiently. It's got to be garbage.
It was April Fool's.
Oh, it's April Fool's. Oh, thank God. I was like, that doesn't even make sense.
Yeah,
I didn't even think about making it because, you're right. It's literally a chain.
it's a chain.
It's
Yeah.
a chain. Oh, okay. No.
Yeah, can I get a gold chain coil and be like really gangsta?
Now this is not April Fool's.
That implies somebody's straight. Come on.
But definitely not April Fool's. So
Well, go back.
sure.
Notice she's wearing pants in the first picture, but not in the second.
Oh, so
Hello.
she did check her atomizer. Well, the cap's back on, so it's like she had looked at it first and hit the button, check atomizer, and then she took her pants off and then check atomizer again while she took the picture. So yeah. So I'm just gonna blow my news load here. In case people have not seen, Mooch's recommended battery tables have been updated. So in chat is the latest link. Mooch wrote, he said, these tables are not all of the good performing batteries. There are many others that could be recommended that can be used successfully in many mods. These tables are just a few of my recommendations, taking into account performance and or worldwide availability. These tables are not an indictment of your choice, yada yada yada, lawyer speak. And he's removed 18 350s, 26 650s, and the rewrapped China manufacturer batteries until he can retest them. It's been too long since I last tested them to be sure what's under the wrap has not changed. Other OEM cells are being tested too, and these tables will continue to be updated. Thank you, Senor Mooch, for the update. And the link is in side chat for that.
I was wondering, I was going to ask initially why he removed the 350s because it wasn't that long ago that he tested them. But then I remembered that I think the ones that he liked the most, which are these Vape cell ones, are rewrapped.
Yeah.
Obviously. So that makes sense. It makes sense to why he would want to redo those for the current market. Hopefully, if a company is going to maintain a reasonable, because I think the Vape cells in general, I think they got a pretty decent rep for rewrapping. But, you gotta keep them, gotta check them.
So I actually talked to Mooch. So when I was about resurrecting my petite, I was asking him about 350s then, and I'm not surprised he removed them because at that point a lot of his tests were outdated because a lot of cells that he had tested well ended up not testing as well in later batches.
Later on,
so they just became wildly inconsistent to the point where I'm sure there's like maybe 2, maybe 3 that he'll recommend.
Yeah, and that's what we've always said. It's always a gamble, right? Even if you're buying from a reputable company, a reseller.
Yeah, they only know so much.
If it's a rewrap, you never need to get what you're gonna get.
So, last but not least, there was a post a few days ago that I saw and I saved, and I forgot to go in there and reply with an image that I had that I showed on the show, and it was a post from a guy named Smooth, basically saying metal filings, shavings in the Lost Vape Ryan cartridges pods. Yeah. And he said, hey, just a quick post. Have any of you noticed metal shavings and or filings in the liquid compartment of the Lost Vape Ryan cartridges? Out of the past 5 packs that I've purchased, 10 pods, they've all had metal shavings in the e-liquid compartment. Usually I can use tweezers and just pick them out, but half the time it's so fine that I have to end up throwing the cartridge away. In addition to this, it seems like 1 out of every 6 cartridges has an issue with flooding. So I was wondering if it's not metal shavings, but if it's pieces of the plastic when they are sonic glued together, like I had.
Yeah, I was gonna say you had that.
Uh-huh.
The pregnancy picture's still up.
It's like some
So-
flashing. It was like some flashing or something, right?
Oh, sorry, I still have this picture up. Sorry. Yeah, it was basically the plastic when it, just a little bit of the plastic had squeezed in there. But so
He was pretty specific with metal, though, huh?
yeah, but so somebody else said I had a total of 12 pods and more than half have flooded. This guy was talking about it's a crapshoot on the pods, blah, blah, blah.
It's always a
you
crapshoot,
know-
crapshoot with any of the Claro heads too, right?
Yeah. And someone else says, I think that they're just all bad. I hate mine for the price. It makes me makes the wound hurt worse. If it was, it would make the wound hurt less if it was cheaper. So I don't know. A lot of flooding issues, but I'm wondering if some of these are not metal and they're plastic. So, and some other people saying, I've inspected a dozen of them and never found it. So somebody else said, take every pod with metal bits back to the vendor you bought them from. If they do not replace them, for your charge, tell us. This is not good. It needs to be addressed. And the problem is that they, I think, classify those as a throwaway. So once you pop that blister pack,
Yeah.
and put juice in it, I mean, I don't know.
And unless the original manufacturer has a pretty good support system for their retailers, which some of them do not,
Right.
I mean that may be the retailer out of money. I mean, just straight out of product, right? They have to take back this clearly faulty product.
Yeah, if they have, if it's actually metal, that's why I'm wondering. Like he never came back, and it was 3 days ago. He never came back and posted a picture of it, but I'm just wondering, if it's actually metal or if it's a plastic, like I should. So, but yeah, not sure.
That is a bummer, and because those, well, I feel like the Orion pods are, for if you enjoy the vape out of the thing, it's a pretty reasonable price considering how long they last. But if you're still having to deal with whatever that guy said, every 1 out of every 4 or 6,
Yeah,
that's not insignificant.
well, and now I don't know if you've seen, but now there's the clones of the Orion that have been starting to pop up everywhere. It looks like all the reviewers got the package at the same time because they all put the pictures up at the same time. So I found that interesting.
Not because Lost Faith themselves put out a non-evolve version, right?
What was the name of it?
I think it was still called an Orion, but I think it was just
no. This was the Orchid.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Gotcha.
Yeah.
Jason says that he hasn't had any customer complaints yet, and we've pushed a ton of those out recently.
Yeah, I really wonder if
Orion Q was the other one.
Nice. Yeah, this was the Orchid, I believe.
Orchid.
Was the name of it.
That was that old RTA, right?
Yeah, it was. Yeah, but if you look up the Orchid device, it's very similar to the Orion.
I put Orchid vaping in Google, and it came up with high quality cannabis products.
Fair enough.
That is not what I was looking for. Ryan Killer. Oh, but yeah, here we go. There's Mike Vape's video, and a Rip Tripper video. Oh no, that was different. Element Vape. Here we go. Orchid Vape Orchid. Oh, yeah, that's very Orion-y looking, isn't it?
Yep. But apparently the internals are better than the DNA one, which, again, anyone interested, I took it apart. Jabo does a complete teardown of it. It's pretty legit in there, you know? I mean,
yeah. You always want to see a picture of this is what he's talking about.
Oh, you got it up. Let's see.
Yeah, this is the one.
Yep. So apparently it's got a different style.
That's got.
I mean, come on. You mean to tell me that doesn't look exactly like the fucking? So
the pod itself is much more.
It's different. Yeah,
it's small. It looks a lot shorter.
Wasn't there like an RTA that had a tank like that?
Yeah, there was.
I think Masty had talked about it.
I bought one of those.
And you cracked the tank.
Yeah, I bought one of those tanks. It was a I'm trying to tell the name of it was. It wasn't cheap either.
No,
but yeah,
$50, right?
Yeah, and it had airflow control on the bottom with a screw, and you had to. It was oblong, so when you put it on your mod, it could stick out the side, but then had a screw that you could move and twist the whole thing. So
yeah. Festi's right. It's from Israel. That was what I was thinking.
Yep, that's correct. Yep.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, here we go. Orchid Pod Orion lookalike and Smoke Trinity Alpha. This is the fucking. It's the one that uses mesh pods.
Will's asking for the best closed system currently.
Cool.
People that want to quit smoking today. I think the Etiquette one was well reviewed. I didn't try that one.
Yeah.
But I think that one was well reviewed. I think it had a little funny shape, if I remember right. But Jason said the Juno's done well for his shop. And I have heard the Juno is good as well.
Yeah.
From other folks. I had a conversation with a modder yesterday. I think it was yesterday. Some cool stuff coming soon. I don't know if it's coming to me, but he will be releasing something cool soon. I did talk to Steven from Haku a week or two ago. The Zeta is moving along finally. They got held up with some QC problems. He wasn't happy with how some of the parts took out. And honestly, I'm really glad that, to me, it speaks highly to Steven's standards because, and it's important because if nothing else, the Zeta, that's his Billbox ID is what I'm talking about. Zeta's got a lot of pieces, a lot of pieces, and if some of those pieces suck, then the whole thing's gonna suck. So I'm glad he's keeping the standards high there. but yeah, this that was a different conversation. The other one I can't talk about it yet because he hasn't told anybody else apparently. But pretty cool, and I will definitely be telling you guys as soon as we can.
True.
Yeah, I did hear the breeze was kind of airy for mouthful. Yeah.
A lot of misclaiming on what mouth-to-lung is. I feel like whoever's making mouth-to-lung products now weren't mouth-to-lunging 3-4 years ago.
I mean, well.
Oh shit!
With the shelves that you have, build her an RTA, man. Set her up with something tiny.
Oh, today's my 6-year vape anniversary. Damn.
Ooh.
Mm-hmm.
Congratulations. Mine's not.
It was definitely has not been 6 years without cigarettes. Those are damn sure.
Yeah. I'm still a month or two, I think, away from mine. Yeah. Just over. Just over. It's exciting, though. I did have a conversation with my insurance company again lately. They have not updated their policies. Apparently, even vaping 3 still counts as smoking. So, no break on my life insurance yet. Womp womp.
Just lie, man.
Apparently, there's blood tests.
So
I asked.
Just don't vape for a few days. Anyway.
Yeah. The guy intimated that if I could go to 0 for a couple weeks.
I was gonna say,
okay.
Like there are people who use other people's urines to pass drug tests in the world, you know, and drink unhealthy amounts of water to flush it out.
Right. Stu thinks his thetans are angry with him. That's a bummer. Just tell him he has some eggplant. I can't, Rick. I can't tell him they have some eggplant because I freaking hate eggplant. That's
You know what I ate for lunch on Sunday?
Eggplant. Asparagus and eggplant.
Eggplant parm, motherfucker. It's good. It's crispy. Oh, it's good. Will agree. If you can get a catered eggplant parm that isn't soggy, that's impressive. Will.
Yeah. Will would go to bat for
and
that.
The extra sauce they gave us was also really good. It wasn't because oftentimes they'll give you fucking like ragu out of a jar. Because it was a proper place. Thanks, work.
Thanks for nothing.
That was my reward for working Sunday.
And for me, that'd be punishment.
Oh, I ate so much. I ate so much.
Yeah, and that's the problem, Will, is that every eggplant I've ever had probably is one of the more mature ones that has all the seeds and it's all bitter and pithy and the skin's all like hard and
a good eggplant parm is god tier. Yes,
it's give me a chicken parm. That's what that dish is supposed to have chicken in it.
Yeah, eggplant parm is good too, man. Good.
I used to have growing up. I was not allowed to be picky in our house. What's on the table is what's on the table, and you eat it or you starve. So I was never picky, but I had 5. I had 5 things that I did not eat. I would not eat them. Any other vegetable, any other meat, it doesn't matter. If it was on the table, I'd eat it. But eggplant it's number 1. I hate it.
I was Mikey growing up, dude.
Huh?
I was Mikey growing up.
Yeah, exactly.
Everything.
I was the same way, except for these 5 things.
So the only thing I hated were, and still to this date, are radishes.
Oh, really?
Yeah. I mean, people tell me you haven't had good radishes. I've had like shitty radishes you get out of the bag in the grocery store. I've had the fancy ones at restaurants and shit. They taste like dirt to me. That's really it.
They are earthy for sure, but I always liked them because they're peppery. They've got like
I don't like that. I don't like that either. They just, I know me and you know, radishes, we never been cool. But like,
so
the only reason I like vegetables, I mean, there's certain vegetables my mom got me to like, but Chinese food, man, Chinese food is why I like vegetables.
Yeah.
Thank you, Chinese food.
Yeah, and see, liver and onions. I like liver and onions. My mom used to make it when I was a kid. But the key with liver and onions is you got to soak it in milk. It's got to be calf liver, first of all. It can't be like mature cow because it tastes like, just tastes like you're chewing on an iron bar. But if it's calf liver and you soak it in milk for a while, it's great.
So I'm going to read your story. You got to guess Florida man or not Florida man. All right, you ready?
Okay.
Two men arrested for getting drunk and taking turns shooting each other while wearing bulletproof vests.
Boy, until you got to the bulletproof vest, I would have said Florida man. But since you got to the bulletproof vest thing, I would say many states in the South. Could be from any of them.
Actually, it was, I would say, Middle America, Arkansas. The two men who drank all night pulled out a bulletproof vest and took turns shooting each other. They were from Arkansas, just a couple of good old boys, never meaning no harm, but harm is exactly what they got when one One of their neighbors became reasonably unhappy when she saw two drunken men firing 50 to 100 shots recklessly next door at each other.
Wow. This wasn't on Chance's Ball?
The cops showed up to the hospital when one man went to be treated for an injury. And the initial story he told was a doozy. Yeah.
No, it sounds like my detector was right, though.
You were.
That's good.
Good Florida man detector.
Yeah, no, veal is awesome. I mean, come on. It's meat.
So
Tender meat.
Veal's great. I was about to write this in chat, but I was in on my birthday. I didn't do anything really. I actually did jack shit all day until a family friend of mine came by and he was like, "Let's do something." And I'm like, I hadn't eaten dinner and it was like 10 o'clock at that point. So we went to a 24-hour deli and I got a chicken parm. And this is a deli that you go and order wacky shit at, like all kinds of deli sandwiches. But I was like, play it smooth. Let's go for the chicken parm, and god damn it, it was good. So good. At 10:30 at night, if you can get perfectly done chicken parm that's still like crispy,
yeah,
with the perfect amount of cheese. I like the sauce a tiny bit heavy.
On chicken parm, especially, absolutely, because that way it stays crispy, right? There's not so much liquid in there to get it all soggy.
Oh, it was made so good, like perfect. Like you don't expect to get a perfectly made chicken parm that late at night.
No, not.
And I did, so I won. And they had cherry zero.
Jason said tripe.
No.
I've got a great story about that I can't tell on air.
If a deli can't do a chicken parm, then you're not worth your time.
Wow, must be pretty good.
It is pretty good.
Sandwiches.
It was good times.
It was good times.
Now I want to jump in the car after this and go get a fucking chicken parm.
Yeah, no, you're making me want a chicken parm. I had a really crappy dinner myself, and that sounded fantastic.
Look at the time.
I ate dinner really fucking early today, so I'm like a little hungry now.
You feeling a little snacky? A little
That's
chicken
not a
parm?
snack, dude. That is a decision.
It is a decision.
That is a commitment. And I'd only do it because I don't have to be up for work tomorrow. So it's like I don't have to worry about like my stomach being all fucked up in the morning. I can sleep it off.
Mm-hmm.
I don't understand some of these fucking ads.
What?
Como.
I see this, and let me put it up on the screen here in just a second.
Hogan's Heroes is on, says Rick.
Oh, God.
Hogan!
So I'm not sure what they're trying to advertise, but here's the image. Let's see.
You pull that up. Stu, I have never actually eaten pickles pig's feet, but they are good as an ingredient in other things. In fact, trotters are good in a lot of different things. But what did you just put up on my screen?
So first of all, what are those monkeys?
Yeah, that's what I'm looking at.
Why are they covering her ass?
Like
Like
thine butt. Like what?
I guess.
They're like little mushrooms.
And then
You can put that ahead of basic training, I guess.
Try Omegle, risk-free. Upgrade your bathroom experience forever with touch-free comfort and clean. Is this a bidet? I don't understand.
Is there a monkey in the toilet that's gonna wash your ass?
Why is there a fucking pizza in the shower?
It's
And she's
inflatable.
holding a remote.
Why isn't she eating a slice of pizza?
I don't know. But the thing's got like, wait, is that a remote? Transform your bathroom experience forever.
Who poops in high heels?
I know. Take that shit off. I take my damn shoes off when I poop.
Wait a minute. If it's touch free, why does it have a remote? You gotta touch the remote.
Yeah. You gotta put
And
that shit.
what is on the counter? What is on the counter? What is that little yellow thing?
That's a
Is that
cigarette,
pencil?
dog. That's a cigarette.
That's a cigarette.
Everyone should be smoking while they're taking this shit, man. It's a lit cigarette. You're gonna burn your vanity. You cannot get that out. I know from experience.
Oh yeah, that yellow burn, boy.
Look at her face too. If somebody just squirted her under with cold water, they'd be like, "Oh no!"
What when the cold water?
The plumes of toilets, ladies and gentlemen.
Started with plumes of booze.
Is
and with
right.
plumes of toilets.
And plumes of Parmesan sandwiches.
Her ass is forbidden.
Generally, my favorite deli sandwiches involve chicken. So, but
True.
You know, I'm also not going to say no to like a pastrami on rye or some shit. Turkey.
It could be a remote
But
control
the
button.
chicken is where it's at.
That's good shit.
There's a chicken cutlet sandwich my deli makes with like a chipotle mayo on it.
Oh.
I don't fuck with smoky shit too often, but that sandwich, I forget what's on it.
Yeah, but if it's Chipotle, come on.
I like shit. I've only had it like once or twice. I don't remember. What the cheese they put.
Chipoodles guaranteed to get listeria
They put
in every other area.
They put Monterey Jack on it. That's what they do.
True.
No, no.
But anyway, I could talk about sandwiches all fucking night, and yeah, but I'm not going to do that because I'm not going to do that to y'all. Make you even hungrier than you need to be.
All right, let's give him the rest of Arnold.
A
for the
strawberry
outro.
omelet? That sounds amazing.
So thank
Stop
you.
talking about food. Why are you talking about food right now? I'm getting hungry.
Thank you for watching.
We love you.
We love you.
Please. Let it play.
L is for
I lied.
M is for
Mac.
N is for
No more complaining. No more Mr. Kimball have to go to the bathroom. Nothing.
O is for
One ugly motherfucker.
P is for
Put that cookie down now!
Q is for
Quick, because my horse is getting tired.
R is for
Rubber baby buggy bumpers.
S is for
Sure. Here's my invitation.
T is for
Talk to the hand.
U is for
Here to split.
V is for
Very hungry.
W is for
Wrong.
X is for Y is for
You're fired.
Z is for
Zero! Now, plain zero!
Zero.